It's so noisy inside and everybody smokes and it's a very special atmosphere.
Pachinko!
Maybe.
I think, yeah, that was really surprising.
The French girl behind you is very happy.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's CATHY and today we are going to ask the culture shock again. We're going to ask the culture shock question to foreigners who've come to Japan to find out what really surprised them when they touched down in this country. So let's go and ask foreigners in Japan. What surprised you the most in Japan? Where you go like, what? Like something that we don't have that in France. Anything that gave you a bit
Mario Kart in the streets.
Mario Kart?
Mario Kart in the streets, yeah, definitely.
Where did you see that?
We see that at Shibuya this morning, and also Yoyogi Park, close to the Yoyogi Park the first day. And it was so crazy. We would like to try also, but we don't have our international licenses, drive license, so maybe next time.
Can you explain it to people what actually you mean with Mario Kart in the street?
It's just the people of Mario Kart game. They are dressed up like the same way the people are in the game, and they just drive the carts in the city. And another thing which surprised us is this game with all the small, how do you call balls? You know, the video games with the very small balls, and it's so noisy inside and everybody smokes and it's a very special atmosphere.
Pachinko!
Maybe.
That's the one. It's like a kind of gambling in Japan.
Exactly, yeah.
The mood in general in Japan, everything seems really cool, and you have a great atmosphere everywhere, and the crowd, the people everywhere, and the lights, and I don't know, it's a big atmosphere here. It's very crowded.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the airport and the train station, so big, confusing.
Is it not as big back home?
No, our train system's nothing like this here.
What's different?
Just not as busy and less trains, isn't there? Less, yeah, there's only much smaller.
The lack of English. I've travelled all around the world,
Yes.
and that's what I've found a bit of a challenge, is the lack of English. And of course I'm in Japan, so I get that, but the lack of English I've found really was surprising, given so many, like we know a lot of Australians that come here in English, and so that sort of shocked me that the language barrier has been so difficult for us.
The food.
Right.
Yes, the food. It was like so different from what I thought. I was like, oh, sushi. But I'm like takoyaki, and I'm like, oh wow, there's like cooler stuff and more yummier stuff.
And loads of food here, right? A variety. What surprised you?
More definitely the rules and the manners and everything strict. That's definitely it.
What surprised you personally the most when you came to Japan? The crazy lights, the crazy fashion, the crazy toilets. What surprised you the most?
Exactly, crazy toilets. Yes, only crazy toilets, because actually we travel a lot, so I think what is in the world. So, but yeah, toilets were like a surprise for me.
What surprised you the most?
Technology, a lot of buttons too.
Did you try some of them out? Push some of the buttons?
Yes. I tried it. It was funny.
It was just shocking for us. It's just put, and you can also control their speeds. Yes.
Speed of the water, yeah.
Speed of the water, power of the water.
Yes.
Anything else that surprised you in Japan?
Yes, it's surprising that their rooms are too short.
Too small, yeah.
So small.
Yeah.
So small.
Yeah.
But I love it.
You like it?
Yes.
It's very crowded. Yeah? Even it was on Monday evening, and a lot of people on the street walking, going to the restaurants. So really, it's alive. Yeah, the city is alive. Yeah, so people live here like from the morning till the night, and they're on the streets, and they're more outgoing. Yeah, compared to Poland. Yeah, in Poland at 6 p.m. nobody on the street. So no people. And here you can go at 1 a.m. and it's still crowded. Yeah, so it's really nice. Yeah.
Mayo. They put mayo in everything.
Oh, mayonnaise?
Yeah, I hate
It's French. Mayonnaise is good.
No.
That people don't smell. At the end of the day, nobody smells bad. Yeah, so I really like Japan for the smell, because there is not bad smell.
Yes, everyone smells good or doesn't smell at all.
Yeah, because in the trains in France, in Paris, it smells very bad, like piss and sorry, rude words, but it's so evil.
I think it's the fact that Japan really loves France. Like I wasn't aware of that, but like there's always for example, in here there's like there's like 10 crepes stores, and there's like a French thing everywhere. I think, yeah, that was really surprising.
The French girl behind you is very happy.
Yeah. I also learned that apparently like France loves Japan, so it's like it's the perfect love.
Here in Tokyo, there are so many different departments or so many different districts. I thought it was really amazing how you just shift from the city-like structures, high-rise buildings, and then suddenly you have something like a garden, and then you have something like a shrine,
yes.
And then you have little department stores of people that have been here for at least, I don't know, 50 years or something. It's such a huge difference and such a big contrast. I think it's very amazing.
The convenience. I think, yeah, maybe I live in that hotel. It's a small house, but everything is very convenient, and they take advantage of the space very well. And maybe we didn't do that very well in China because usually we have a larger space. Yeah.
Right. So be convenient and space efficient.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Those were all the questions. Thank you. So, culture shock, a very, very popular topic that we have here. And this time, people were not just only talking about the Japanese toilets, which always surprise people. Also, the crowds of people, the large size of the train stations, the amazing punctuality of the trains, and also being out and able to go out at night. Actually, Tokyo, especially Tokyo and the bigger cities in Japan, oh my god, they never sleep. The trains do actually stop quite early, which surprised me in a certain ways. They're great, they're super on time, but they do stop quite early. Around 11, 12 is when you need to get your last trains. But afterwards, still, the city doesn't sleep. The convenience stores are open 24 hours. Even at 3 o'clock in the morning, you can still go to a nice ramen restaurant and have some really tasty ramen. So seriously, the city never sleeps. Tokyo never sleeps. I'm sure Osaka and all these cities, they don't sleep. Obviously, on the countryside, that's a different story. Other things that people were surprised of it's actually pachinko, which is a kind of gambling thing here in Japan. It's not officially gambling because gambling is illegal, but it's kind of like a way around. Very rough environment. Wouldn't advise you to just go there. But if you want to, if you're curious about it, there are lots of game centers here in Japan, which are amazing. You can have so much fun. You can do everything from fighting games to taking pictures together to using crane counters. Love them. Fantastic thing. I'm so glad they exist. And Mario Kart. Yes, there's a big thing. I think the company that actually does the Mario Kart thing is called Mario Kart, so very close. But they didn't actually ask Nintendo for, is it okay if we use your characters for this? So I think there's a bit of a lawsuit going on there. So hopefully when you come to Japan, they still exist. Otherwise, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen with them. But it's actually kind of funny because it's actually aimed at foreign tourists who'd like to do it. Other culture shocks is some things that you take for granted in your country might not exist here or might be very, very expensive. So for example, cottage cheese is one of the things that you can't find in every supermarket. Free-range eggs is a thing you can't find in every supermarket. Some things you'll think are just gonna be there, but they might not be there. So just be aware of that, especially when cooking. It's quite hard. So we might have to chuck your cooking book away with the ingredients that you know in your country and just get yourself another one here in Japan. And the director just hid away behind the curtain. So yeah. Oh, and people, what really surprised me, they're incredibly patient and they're really, really good with the rules, and that's actually why the city works. So stand in line when you line up for the trains. Do not cut in line. Big thing. Also, what surprised me the other day, I was at Disney and people actually stood in line for 40 minutes to get to the vending machines because it was so busy. There were so many people. And this is the point when other people would have gone on the roof and gone like, how can we not get a space in the restaurant and vending machines, blah, 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 blah. But no one did that. Everyone was like, okay, we are a big crowd. It's very hot today. Can't be helped. Okay, let's all just stand in line and see that we get our drinks. Very interesting. So very mannered. Thinking very much about the social balance, making sure that everyone is okay. And yeah, so that's a couple of things. So what culture shocks can you add to the list? Let us know in the box below. Leave us comments. Looking forward to reading your comments and more culture shocks. Hey, what's that? It doesn't go with my outfit. Oh, hey. I know you're getting bored. I was talking too much, was I? Okay. So, wish you a lovely day. Catch you soon on Ask Japanese. Bye. Stop it. Bye.